Hi guys, it's me Klarissica here on Klarissicasays, where Klarissica says it all and that's how I feel. So we are back with another video, guys. I hope that you're doing wonderful today, and I hope that this video does find you well. So I want to talk to you guys really quickly about a topic that just came across, and this is going to be the most layman's term type of video. Like, I'm going to basically just give you the brief definition and let you understand what critical race theory is in the most layman's terms from a younger millennial perspective, and why I feel as though it is something that should be taught and understood, because there is some controversy when it comes down to understanding critical race theory, but I do believe that the sole purpose for it is needed. Okay, so let's just basically give you the example and the reason definition for what critical race theory is. So basically, critical race theory, to put it in black and white, is just you as a person, no matter what your race is, thinking critically about that other race. So basically, for the justice system, for example, we all know that this is fact. This is not something that is something I made up. This is factual, that in most cases than not, someone of a color race, meaning African American, Hispanic, etc., will be looked different than someone that is Caucasian white, okay, or has a European background. And we know this for a fact. So basically what critical race theory is to basically take an account of that and show that in the justice system it is racist or has racism throughout it, and that it does not benefit, you know, each and every race as a whole. And so when we talk about critical race theory, or the critical race theory, we're basically discussing the matter of the fact that every single race is going to be thinking these thoughts before they make decisions. So for those people that are Caucasian, they would now teach the kids that, hey, this is how people are thinking, and show that it's unjust for them to think this way or move this way. Or for instance, someone going to a store, two people walking into a store, a white person, black person, who do you help first? Do you help the person that is white because they, you know, are right and white and they have a more supreme experience in America? Or do you help the person that is black because you feel as though history being prejudiced shows that, oh, you may think that that black person is going to steal something, or that black person will do something wrong, so we're going to help that black person first because I don't have to worry about that white person. You see, are you guys understanding? So you're critically thinking racially based off of prejudiceness of how that person is going to act and how that person is going to move. And so the critical race theory does is basically say, let's deconstruct and reconstruct how people think. So we're going to deconstruct, which is meaning break down, why do you feel that way? Why do you feel that because that black person walked in the store at the same time as that white person walked into the store, that you need to go talk to the black person first because they may steal something, or they may do something wrong, they may, you know, however, be belligerent, whatever you may think. Let me go talk to them first, or watch them. And I don't pay any mind to that white person, but that black person, I'm watching. I'm making sure that they're not doing nothing. You know, where does that idea come from? Let's break that down. Let's deconstruct that thought process and that thought pattern, and let's understand why we do this. And then once we have an understanding as to why we as another race, or this race as a comparing this situation, a white person, you know, the oppressor, in this example, someone that's Caucasian, you know, why do I feel this way about that person? You understand what I'm saying? So then from you going to deconstruct the mindset, you then reconstruct it, and, you know, basically live in a situation where there's no oppression or there's no oppressor, and everybody's thinking on the same wavelength. People are just human. Now what that looks like, I don't know, but that will be turning around America, because right now, truth be told, America is based on a oppressor and oppressed environment. Now, and some of the teachings of and some of the teachings of critical race theory, they do say that no matter your race, you can switch parties from being, well, quote unquote, white. You can be white based off of how you are taught academically and how you move. However, we live in a world that no matter if you act a certain way or can fit in a certain environment, no matter what, your skin complexion is this complexion to some people, not all. And so the whole point that I feel as though is to break down that understanding of what is going on in America. Now, the reason why they say it's a theory, critical race theory, is because, of course, it's not something that anybody wants to admit to. So I believe it is something that's critical race, regardless if you want to call it something or call it something that we should be teaching or not teaching. It's something that's happening every single day. A black person walks into a store and they do get racially discriminated. A black person does go in front of a judge, and not all judge, but let me tell you one thing, judges or a judge is working for the system, which is systematically set up against, minorities. It's just a fact about it. So regardless of if the judge is doing something that is racist, it may or has like a racial or racist intentions, they may not, but the judicial system is racist. I believe it does have a lot of racial impurities. It is different for other race, like Caucasian races, than there is for minorities. And any other race besides you being Caucasian, European, white is considered a minority. So for those people that think they're Asians, Hispanics, Hawaiians, any other person, any other type of race that is not, considered to be the white supremacist race is considered the minority. So for those of you that want to set yourself aside, you're all included into this, baby. Like, get with the, I know, but So basically, some of this video up, the teachings, which lately there has been a controversy on whether school systems should teach critical race theories, and basically the understanding of critical race. And I distinctly believe it should. It opens the eye. Basically, so imagine having a house and you're looking through the blinds, peeping through the blinds, and you know what you're seeing outside. You see the perfect green grass. You see the green grass, but you're just peeping through. But you know it's green grass. That's exactly what Black Americans, African Americans have been feeling, minorities have been feeling. We've been peeping through that window, knowing that there's green grass on the other side, but we just can't get there sometimes. And sometimes grass is not always green on the other side. But at the same time, you will never know unless you go see the grass for yourself. So what critical race, being taught in schools would be basically opening those blinds completely and opening, the truth of the matter of what it is. And I do believe that a lot of Karens and people that have been taught to be white supremacists with the bed sheets and all of that, without even realizing they have them, have this sense of not wanting to let the world know the truth because it will diminish their white supremacy. It will diminish the power and the dominance that they have over the minorities, and instead have a situation where we are all living one and we are all coming together to make America be the best country it can be. And I believe that, of course, when it comes down to having a country, things are about dominance and power. And we all know that Caucasian white Americans have had the power. So now, with a mindset of critical race theory, you're not going to think critically about the decision that you make based off of someone's race. Literally, you're thinking critically based off not off of someone's character, but you're thinking about that person's race and how you think. And right now, a lot of people think negatively regarding other races. So when you start something like this and start deconstructing these prejudiced thoughts, you would then have to reconstruct, because people are going to realize, which is why I said that sometimes the grass is not green on the side. It won't be green. And once everybody realizes what's really going on, it's going to be a time of realization, and it's going to be a revolution. But after every resolution is a new age, a new gain, a new rise. And that's what I see for America. It's nothing. There's no way against what's going to happen. What's going to happen is going to happen. This is what's going to happen, because we're not, when I say we, I say us as the minorities, we're not going to sit back any longer, and we're not sitting back any longer and letting this bullish behavior and prejudiceness and racism that has been going on for 400 plus years continue. We're not doing it. That's just what we're not going to do. And just to briefly talk about Marxism, because some people would say that Marxism is within the within critical race theory, within the critical race theory. So the way that Marxism compares to critical race theory is basically that you have two parties. For Marxism, you have the oppressed and the oppressor, which I already basically touched upon in this video. And then in critical race theory, you have white and black. White are the oppressors, and then the black people or the minorities are the people that are being oppressed. And so basically breaking down the Marxism, the same way you break down the color racism, and stop looking at people for their race and start looking at people for who they are. Because in this case, people in critical race theory, you basically are prejudicedly thinking about how someone is based off of their race. And so yes, I do feel as though this is something that needs to be taught, because that's what's happening. So once you bring to the light and people start to open their mind to what's really going on, you said knowledge is power and knowledge is key to success. And I feel as though that would be the key to end the racism that we have in America, the prejudiceness that we have in America, the laws that are against minorities, and all these other things that correlate with, you know, keeping minorities down and oppressed, and supremacy, you know, for Caucasian and white people in politics, and, you know, all of that as a whole changing. And that's my opinion, the most layman's terms I can speak about here on this amazing Sunday. I decided to come talk about this because I think that regardless if I have a huge following or not, this is something that needs to be talked about. If you have a platform and you are, it doesn't even matter your race. That's another thing. We gotta get, that is exactly what critical race theory does, is teach you to stop thinking about race specifically and just think about you as a human being. Like, people gotta think about what it's teaching, not just what it's saying, but what it's teaching, what's the sole root of what it is, right? So even if you are any kind of person, but especially if you are right now, because we got to get to the point where we can all be one human. If you're a person like me who is melanated and you have a platform, you should be talking about stuff like this, because at the end of the day, you have to be the change you want to see in the world. And I want to be the change that I see in this world. I mean, yes, I don't live in an environment where people are prejudiced to me or racist to me, but in the day, I don't know people are thinking inside their head. And it's not the younger generation that's having this issue. It's the generation that's before us, the grandparents and the great-grandparents. And what the great-grandparents are teaching the kids nowadays that now have to go against their grandparents and great-grandparents. And, you know, not all people, not everybody, you know, is catching up to speed with that, but definitely teaching critical race theory in schools will open up that third eye, open up their mind to what some people think and how some people think, and would definitely move the evolution and the change to us all having an understanding that we're just one. And also, I do feel like going forward, there should be a change in how the races are defined on paperwork, which is going to happen in the future. Like the fact that you have black and white, but then when you have other races, like people are from Hawaii or people that are Hispanic or Latino, they are listed different. But when it comes out to African American people or Caucasian people, they're listed as white or black. That right there, number one, situation needs to change. That's my opinion. Yeah. Because when they put in the application, yeah, for instance, Hispanic will say, what is your race? But then underneath it, it will say Hispanic, 2 or more races for ethnicity. But for a black person, they can't put, you could be a mixed black person and you can't have the option to choose more than one. Are you guys following me? I think moving forward, that would be something that would change also with understanding you as a person and understanding someone's character as a person, instead of, you know, being automatically assumed to be the, you know, a minority that is oppressed. Now also, real quick, this is the last thing I'm going to touch on. I do believe with this kind of teaching, this will open people's confidence to do more than what they are and not be limited to be what the society has set out for them to be. That means welfare will change. People will be off of welfare. People will move more. People have more confidence. People have more, drive to do things and do more. And they'll break all of these generational curses that have been going on for over 400 years because they are oppressed from slavery and everything else that we have experienced. We, meaning my people. They don't talk about American natives. They don't talk about Cherokee Indians and all the other Indians that died off and had to mix with slaves. Like my background, Chickawaga Indians, all these other people that had to mix up. They'll talk about all those kind of people. They always say that everybody is Black African American, but when it comes down to it, even these European people are still African. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let's get into the real identity of each and every one of us. Forget this race, this political race. All this is about politics, by the way. So let's forget about this political racism and prejudiceness and systematic racism, and which funds this judicial system and governmental system. And let's get down to the nitty-gritty of us all just being humans and learning how to live with each other and learning how to live in a world where we don't have oppression and we don't have people that are oppressing, and living in a world where we can all be fair, just, and happy and peaceful, and where we can see success and drive and understanding and just live in harmony. That can happen, and that's what I see if we do get to understanding, with or without critical race theories being taught in the school system. If us as a whole just take an understanding to what that is, and move forward past the Karens that don't want this to be a reality, because people don't like to face the truth of the matter, especially when they have guilt towards how they are, and especially how most of us African American people are doing so much more than what people like that can physically understand and take accountability for, take understanding and actually give us props for. You know what I'm saying? That is where we have to get to keep showing these people wrong and keep doing us and keep being true to ourselves and not changing for no one else, and keep raising the bar and keep moving forward towards change. So that's my brief layman's term of what critical race theory is. Tell me if there's something that I talked about that could be elaborated more. I think I would definitely do a more in-depth video about this, but I wanted to talk to you guys while I had the chance to speak on this matter, because with topics like this, you don't wait on it. You take the chance and you do it now. Because in the day, regardless if I'm here today or here tomorrow, somebody's going to watch this video or hear about this video that needs to understand and hear about this topic. And I know that I'm fulfilling my due diligence to this world and my life purpose by doing topics like this. So everybody has one. This is just a part of mine, and I hope that you guys accept that and give me good feedback. Let me know your opinions down in the comment section down below. Let me know how you feel about this topic. Let me know, please, how you feel. I would like your engagement, your understanding from both points of views, and I will hope to see you in my next videos. Like I said, my name is Klarissica. I do multiple type of videos. I do upliftment, motivation. I do beauty hair. I do life videos. I do lifestyle vlogs. I do travel videos. I do anything you could think of and more. I'm just an all-around influencer, all-around entertainer, and all-around lovable human. And I just hope that you guys continue to watch my videos and support me and whatever I decide to post on my channel. And like I said, I will definitely be doing more content like this. So stay tuned for my future videos, and I will see you guys on my next one. Peace, love, and blessings. Love everybody, always and forever. I'll see you guys later. Bye.